What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to another Hella Handmade Creations video. I have a quite juicy, chunky one for us to check out again this month, and we've got quite a bit. This month is the Hella Handmade Creations anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. So we have an additional polish from some of the makers, so you'll see 2 from some of them. And if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. If you're new to Hella Handmade Creations, it's a monthly collaboration featuring dozens of makers, many, many more than what you see on the video. The ones that I have are the brands that chose me to represent their polishes through video, on my reviews, and or what you may see on the website for my photography, that type of thing. You are purchasing through a pre-order style format. So once the shop closes, I believe it's like 2 to 3 weeks or so after the pre-order closes when shipping starts for that. So this is a chunky video. I'm going to quit yammering. Let's dive in and check out the swatches. First up is BCB Lacquers Slump on these lumps. This is a warm-toned lilac curly base with strong pink, orange, gold, green color shifting shimmer. Price is $13.50 and there is a cap of 300 bottles, part of her Adventure Time series. This polish does not have any lumps. In fact, this is a super smooth, creamy type of formula. I think 2 coats is the best for opacity. I don't see a need to go up to a 3rd coat. As you can see on that full hand shot there, it plumped up beautifully. This will dry down on the flat side, so make sure you use a good glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers also brings us a celebration polish this month. This is Koki'o ula'ula, and I apologize if I say any of the names incorrectly on this video. This is a bright red when cold to clear when warm thermal with pink, orange, gold, green glass flakes and purple to red multi-chrome flakes. This one's $13.50 with a cap of 300 bottles. So this has a multitude of flakes going throughout it, and I do love when I get a chunky one on the swatching video portion. This was no exception. I think 2 coats is the best for opacity. There is no reason, again, to go up to 3 coats, which is pretty on par for this brand. I almost never have to go up to 3 coats. Now, those chunkier types of flakes, you can just push them back on the nail like what I did there. And I overworked the last little bit of applying the 2nd coat just to make sure the flakes were nice and even across my nails. This will leave you on the thirsty side though, so you might need to use a glitter smoothing top coat. BKL's When Things Look Glum is a mid-toned blue base with magnetic gold microflakes. This one is $13.50 with no cap and is part of her Fallout series. We have a jelly type of formula, and this was such an interesting magnetic type of pigment. When you wear it unmagnetized, it almost looks like it's not a magnetic polish. And I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't expect those bigger types of shimmers to move when I magnetized it, and sure enough they did, and they were quite easy, so really user-friendly in that regard. I'm going to suggest 3 light coats because we have a plumping, kind of plump, squishy type of base going on, so build it up to 3 thin coats to maximize the amount of magnetic pigment on your nails so you get a nice stark contrast there, and it dries down semi-gloss, so any top coat is just fine. By Dany Vianna's Celebration Polish is Bruninho is Ours. This is a sheer yellow base with a strong pink aurora shimmer and red irregular glitters and gold reflective glitters. This one's $14 with a cap of 100 and is what I would describe as being a sheer type of finish. So if you have a prominent free edge or a free edge of any sort, falsy or not, I think you will absolutely see your smile line. So my disclaimer applies here with a nude to you cream base, a blurring base, an undie, what have you, if that bugs you. Otherwise, 3 thin coats and a glossy top coat. Those red glitters, you may need to do some fishing with an orange stick to kind of get them to evenly disperse across the nail. And then by Dany Vianna's Fruits Basket Duo, we got another one this month. This first one is Aya. It's described as a light gold magnetic base with black matte irregular glitters and leopard print black glitters. This is $14 individually with a 100 cap, or you can grab the duo for $26 with a 100 cap. Aya is a very pretty chrome type of, true chrome I should say, magnetic type finish, and I wanted to note that unfortunately the leopard print black glitters did sink to the bottom of my bottle. You may need to do some careful placement and do some fishing to get them on your nails like that. And then the other part of the duo is Year of the Snake. This is a topper with red small holographic glitters, red metallic shreds and flakes, and UCC flakes, and pink to red and purple. Year of the Snake is intended as a duo to the companion Aya, so I chose to show them off together. It has an easy application, no need to do any sponging or anything like that. You'll get a nice dispersal across the nail, and it may leave you with a touch of texture, so you might want to use a glitter smoother as those glitters are on the chunkier side. Colorista Carol Cucumber Cooler is a lime green jelly base with shifting Aurora shimmer and iridescent mermaid flakes. Price is $13.50. There's no cap. This is part of her Mocktails series. Cucumber Cooler has a very jelly type of base to it. It's quite squishy on application. I think it'll build up to a really good opacity on the second coat, and for formality's sake, because it's typically my preference, I chose to go up to a third super thin coat, and honestly, I probably should have just stopped at the second coat. So I'm going to suggest 2 normal coats and a good glossy top coat. This one is a little thirsty in terms of how it dries down, but I didn't see a need to go in with a glitter smoother. Cracked Polish brings us Fairy Tale Fog. This is a blurple base with a mix of blue and purple shimmers. This one's $13 with a cap of $500 and is part of her Down the Indie Rabbit Hole series. This is really pretty, and it's got such a flattering type of base color. I guess because I always gravitate towards cool toned type of colors, but it's just beautiful. And I was thoroughly impressed that it's got a super creamy formula while still allowing that shimmer to shine through. Now I want to note this is completely opaque at 2 coats, but I like that thicker, plumper appearance, so I chose to wear it at 2 coats, but just really wanting to point out here, 2 coats is perfect too. But if you got huge nails like me, yeah, go in for that third super thin coat. And it dries down semi-flat, so any top coat is fine. Cracked Polish's Celebration Polish is Hidden Lagoon. This is a juicy mint green crelly base with pink and gold iridescent shimmer. This one's $13 with a cap of $500. So we have a jelly base. It built up really well at opacity between 2 to 3 coats. Again, your preference and the size of your nails, how you paint, all that good stuff. The little flakes kind of remind me of like Mylar confetti. They're on the smaller particle size, or rather small shred size, I should say. So it's got this nice delicate type of unicorn sprinkle looking thing going on throughout it. Now this one did dry down quite flat, so use a good glossy top coat. I didn't have any texture per se from those flakes, but I would still suggest something a little bit thicker to plump this one out. Cuticula's Frozen Memories. This is such a stunner. This one is described as an ocean blue base with green blue lime iridescent flakes, green to blue glass flakes, and aqua metallic flakes. This one's $13 with no cap and is part of her Dreamlight Valley series. Frozen Memories is delicious. It is so pretty, and it's definitely got that oceanic type vibe going on throughout it. This is another one that I want to bells and whistles highlight that is fully opaque at 2 normal coats, but I chose to go up to 3 thin coats because, again, I just like that plump, I want my nails to just really be obnoxious, damn it. So I chose to do that 3rd thin coat. You may need to use a glitter smoother with this one, maybe because it is quite thirsty in how it dries down. Dom brings us Aloha Kitty. This is a muted pastel green base with pink, orange, and gold shifting shimmer. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of 300 bottles. Now I chose to take this one up to 2 coats despite it being a jelly type of base, and that's just because it self-leveled really well on that second coat and I didn't see a need to go up any more beyond that. It's a softer type of finish, but I really don't think your smile line is going to be super visible, even if you have more white type of smile line. Any top coat also, as this one dried down semi-flat. Danglefoot's A Helicopter Fell on Romano is a large particle multi-chrome shimmer that shifts pink gold green in a pale teal base. This one's $13.50 with a cap of 100 bottles and is part of her TV Doctors series. This is what I would classify as being a foil type of finish. It's overall soft and very jelly-like on the base color to it. So with that said, I would use my disclaimer here of a blurring base, blah, 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 what have you, if a visible nail line bugs you, especially in brighter lighting situations. Shimmer effect is what's going to catch your eye's attention the most. It is quite shifty and it does dry down really flat, so make sure you use a good glossy top coat. The second TV Doctors polish we get this month is Farewell Dr. Green. This is a dark forest green base with orangey red gold green shimmer and lilac reflective glitter. This one's $13.50 with a cap of 100 bottles. We have a jelly base going on with this one too, and it's got that true reflective glitter type finish, meaning it's going to dry down to a gritty type of feel in how it's going to dry down. So the way I like to apply these is I like to have that first coat dry down just a touch longer and get nice and gritty, and then the second coat adheres really well. You will absolutely need a good glitter smoothing top coat with this one, and it is so ridiculously sparkly in person while also not taking away from the shimmer appearance. Emily Damali's Udara Blackburni, I believe. Again, I apologize. This is a clear base with green, blue, purple shifting shimmer and silver and blue reflective glitters. This one's 14 with a cap of 240 bottles. We have a wonderful shimmer bomb going here. This is so pretty. I thought it was perfectly opaque at 2 coats. I didn't see a need to go up any more. It's softer in how it builds up, but again, 2 coats. You might need a glitter smoothing top coat though, because it did dry down quite flat and thirsty. Emily Damali's second polish is Orea. This is a red base, purple base with aqua purple shifting shimmer and an orange to gold shifting magnetic effect. This one's 14 with a cap of 320 bottles. We have a juicy type of formula here. It is so easy to build up to opacity. I think 2 coats and I was good. I was finished. It is very reactive to a magnet, so no issues going on here. It's quite user-friendly, very pretty, whether you wear it magnetized or unmagnetized. This one also dried down quite flat, so again, use a good glossy top coat. Femme Fatale's Blue Grotto is a blend of blue, pink, copper iridescent flakes, blue, purple, pink shifting UCC flake mix, and scattered with sparse reflective silver glitter and a dusting of blue shimmer. This one's 14 with a cap of 150 bottles. A sparkle bomb. I so love when Femme Fatale uses those little silver glitters, little circle silver glitters you see here. They are so ridiculously sparkly. You can build this one up to opacity at 3 thin coats. It applied really smooth, despite being so jam-packed full of goodies going throughout it. I think 3 coats works the best, though your preference on that. It will also topper really well. Spoiler alert, you'll need a glitter smoothing top coat though, because we've got some texture from all the flake and glitter action. Hearts and Promises Watermelon Tourmaline is an ultra holographic lime green base with orange to pink shifting aurora shimmer. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 300 bottles. This is part of her Crystals and Gemstones series. Watermelon has a true jelly formula. If you build it up at 3 coats like myself, I'm going to suggest maybe a blurring base coat if that bugs you. If you have any type of free edge whatsoever, I think you'll see just a tiny bit of your smile line peeking through in really bright lights. I'm repeating myself here on quite a bit of these finishes. I do apologize about that, but I think 3 coats and a glossy top coat is the best. Gin and Berries has a celebration polish for us this month. This one is Lanikai Sky, I think. This one's described as a blue-green jelly base packed with intense large particle pink gold green shifting shimmer with holographic flakes. Price is $14 and there's a cap of 200 bottles. This has a beautiful type of standard formula to it, really easy to build up to opacity. It is shimmer for days. I think 2 coats and I was good on opacity. It was building up very quickly, despite somewhat leaning a little bit with being a jelly. Very interesting and wonderful in that regard. Make sure you use a good glossy top coat because it dried down quite flat. Her second polish is Live Shamed and Die Empty. This is a cool black base with subtle blue shimmer, scattered pink, gold, green, large particle shimmer, tiny blue crystal shifting flakes, and holographic flakes. This one's 13 with a cap of 300 and is part of her The Expanse series. Live Shamed has a beautiful kind of jelly formula to it, but it built up to opacity ridiculously well. I think 2 normal or 3 thin coats is going to be awesome for this one. And those flakes, as you can see here, they shine through so well. It's got this subtle type of contrast going on with it, but I don't know, really pretty. Make sure you finish with a plumping glossy top coat because this will dry down flat and you want to exploit those flakes. Lurid Lacquers Celebration Polish is an unwhittleable Wishlist. This is a blue jelly base with iridescent flakes that shift from orange to gold to green and green light reflective glitter. This one's $14.50 with a cap of 450 bottles. This is so pretty. It is, I do agree with that official description, a jelly base. It's on the lighter side. It is super duper sparkly, and for opacity, I'm going to suggest 2 coats. This is light, and you may see your smile line through it, but it is very plumping and squishy on application. So I think 3 coats might be overkill. You'll have over buildup in that regard. And you need to save space for a glitter smoothing top coat. But very, very pretty and super sparkly. It will lean a touch on the more seafoam side, kind of minty in my opinion. Lurid's regular polish for this month is You're Literally the Worst Person Ever, but you're hot. So this is this is a pink jelly base with iridescent flakes that shift from orange to gold and green and pink light reflective glitter. This is part of her A Court of Tropes and Cliches series. We have a wonderful pinky type of base. On me, it's leaning a touch on the almost magenta side. This is ridiculous and very pretty. And I think it goes so well with last month's Purple-Eyed Shadow Daddy. It's, I don't know, really lovely. Can't wait to see the entire series all together. I'm going to suggest 3 thin coats, a glitter smoothing top coat, and a glossy top coat. Again, make sure you're going in thin on those coats because we do have a very squishy formula. Night Owl Lacquer I'm a Delight is a grade plum curly base with multi-chrome flakes that shift magenta, red, copper, gold. This one's part of her Bob's Burgers series. Price is $12.40 and there is no cap. Night Owl has a delicious curly type of formula, and I thought it built up really well in terms of like a light cream type of formula. So I was really appreciative that there wasn't too much of a squish factor, so I could go up to that 3rd coat, which really vamped out that base color. It did dry down really flat, so make sure you're using a good glossy top coat to get that nice gel-like appearance and smooth everything out. It's not textured per se, but the flakes do give you quite a bit of thirstiness. This is very vampy, and again, I just appreciate how creamy smooth it looks. Pampered Polishes A Real Eraser is a powder blue curly base with a variety of neon pink glitter. This one's $13 with no cap and is part of her new Wreck-It Ralph series. A Real Eraser has a true curly formula. I do agree with that official description. It is very smooth, which is on par for this brand and how it applies. I'm going to suggest 2 coats. Anything over 2 coats is overkill and you'll have too much polish on your nails. Finish with a glossy top coat and you'll get that delicious, plumping, gel-like, creamy smooth appearance. I do agree this one has more of a white type of lean to that base color, but in person you can see there is a tiny bit of a blue tint. Patty Lopez has a duo for us this month. This one is part of her anniversary duo. This is My Embroidery. It's described as a blue, purple, gold multi-chrome magnetic finish with iridescent flakes. It is $13.50 by itself with a cap of 100, or you can grab this one and the next one I'm going to show you all as a duo for $27 with a cap of 100. My Embroidery is very nice and magnetized too. I'm going to suggest building it up to 3 super thin coats. We have that plumping type of chrome build up to it though, so make sure you're going in light and just slowly building it up. It's very reactive to a magnet, so it's very user-friendly, and it dries down quite flat. So exploit that beautiful multi-chrome shimmer and use a glossy top coat. The next one in the anniversary duo is Young Woman. It's a lilac base with blue to purple Aurora shimmer. Now I want to note, on the video here, you're seeing it being quite neutral in terms of that base color. And this is exactly what I was seeing in person too. So I know the official description says it's a lilac base, but what I'm seeing here is what you're seeing on the video here. It's very, very neutral with a super strong shimmer going throughout it. It's what I would almost classify as being a sheer. It's more soft, and I think you'll see your smile line if you have a prominent one. I'm going to suggest 3 super thin coats and a glossy top coat. Penelope Luz has her regular Flower Symphony duo for us this month. This is Pansy, and it's described as a blue to purple multi-chrome finish. This one's $13.50 with a cap of 200 by itself, and you can grab the duo between Pansy and then the one I'm going to show you all next. You can grab the duo for $26 for both with a cap of 200. Pansy has a jelly formula. It's quite plumping though, so I think 2 coats is going to be the best. I went in a touch heavy-handed on the 2nd coat, and it was very forgiving in terms of dry time. The next one in the Flower Symphony duo is Viola. I'm going to say this so wrong, so I'm not even going to attempt. It's a gold magnetic finish with black flakes and holographic gold glitters. This one's $13.50 with no cap. This is really cool in terms of a topper, and you can see how much it just transformed that multi-chrome base. It's very user-friendly and it popped and snapped to really well on the magnetizing portion. It did leave me on the flat side in how it dried down, so use a good glossy top coat. Penelope Luz's Anniversary Duo. Now, the duo itself for the birthday polishes, you can only grab these, as far as I understand, as a duo, which they are 26 and capped at 200. Surfboard is the first one. It's described as a neon blue with blue shimmer. So pretty. I almost see a little holographic flecks going throughout it too. And it's just as vibrant and gorgeous as what you're seeing on the video here. Super smooth, creamy formula. 2 coats built it up perfectly. And then the other part of the Anniversary Duo is Handmade Art. This is a purple, pink, gold magnetic base with red microflakes and holographic gold glitters. This one's 26 with a cap of 200. This one also looked really cool, toppered over the intended base in the duo, whether you magnetize it or not. When you use a magnet, you can see how much magic. This is one of those magnetic pigments that has just a ton of movement with it. It dried down flat, but I don't see a need to, say, go in with a thicker glossy top coat. I think top coat of choice is perfect. Rogue Lacquers, Scary Beyond All Reason, is probably one of my favorite themes we've gotten out of HHC. This is a creamy purple acrylic with satin sapphire shimmer. Price is $13, there's no cap, and this is part of her The Emperor's New Groove series, one of my favorite movies. Scary Beyond All Reason is a wonderful, creamy type of formula. I chose to take it up to 3 coats, and those of you who have more narrow nails, I would suggest stopping at 2 normal coats. It plumps up really well, but for my huge nails, I liked that 3rd coat. This is incredibly glowy in person. It's packed full of shimmer, so make sure you're going light on your brush strokes to prevent any type of potential streaking. Rogue's Celebration Polish is Hollow There. This is a sapphire holographic glitter mix with black flakes and purple to magenta to copper glass flakes. This one's 13 with no cap. Hollow There has a pretty heavy formula to it. If you prefer a slightly less dense formula, you might want to add a touch of thinner to this one. Your choice on that. Again, always add drops at a time. You can add in, but you can't take out. I'm going to suggest 2 light coats, a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. In person, this is ridiculously sparkly. Just be mindful of over buildup. Sassy Sauce brings us a celebration polish as well. We've got a Decade of Decadence. This is a fiery copper to red multi-chrome magnetic base with blue sparkle in the background when magnetized. This one's 13 with a cap of 750 bottles. This is really pretty. It is pretty reminiscent to last month's Patty Lopez in Polish Pickup. Personally, I think that the particle sizes are a little bit different, but I don't know. I don't feel like it would warrant owning both, but that's your preference. Lisa did a fantastic comparison of them in the comparisons group on Facebook. I'm going to suggest 3 coats and a glossy top coat. Sassy's regular polish for this month is Everyday I'm Trufflin'. This is a chocolate base with copper to red shimmer and holographic flame. Price is $13 with a cap of 300 and part of her Shoes series. This is what I would consider a somewhat jelly type of formula, though it did build up very quickly to opacity for me. I think 2 coats you can probably get away with. It's on the somewhat softer side, but it was decently opaque there. But I chose to go up to that 3rd coat and I wasn't mad at it. So I would suggest 3 thin coats and a glossy top coat. The base itself is what I would describe as being a really milk chocolate type of color. And we've got lots of rainbows going throughout it, especially when you're in bright lights. Last but not least is Zombie Claw Polish. This one is Scheming and Dreaming. This is an iris purple base with red gold shimmer and holographic flakes. This one's $13.50 with a cap of 100 bottles, part of her Powerpuff Girls series. This is light and airy in how it builds up. And I do think if a smile line bugs you, a visible smile line, then my little blurb here about a blurring base, what have you, as your undie would stand here too. But it's a softer type of buildup, and what's going to really just build to an almost pseudo-like opacity is going to be that shimmer. I think 3 light coats and a glossy top coat is the best. And we're going to wrap this up with the Willet Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. Slump on these lumps is a touch too crelly in my opinion. It's too creamy smooth to topper. The thermal works really well over black, but it's a thermal, so I am not going to be too much of a hater as a topper. The BKL, personally, if you topper it, only go with blues. The Celebration Dany Vianna also works really well over black. I would stick with black and matchy-match yellows. Aya looks ridiculous over black. It is so pretty. I think over dark colors, it's going to be magical. Year of the Snake is a topper, so of course it works. Cucumber Cooler kind of works. I was pleasantly surprised at how even it dispersed across the black base. Fairy Tale Fog also worked too, but personally it's too magical to topper. Hidden Lagoon, I was pleasantly surprised. You can also see that nice confetti appearance I was talking about. Frozen Memories works well as a topper. It looked really pretty, but personally you're not doing it justice. The Dom toppers ridiculously well. You can absolutely get creative with it. Both Danglefoots, because they are jelly bases that are on the softer side, I can see them working with matchy-match, darker type of colors. You could get a little creative with them. The Emily DeMollies are just ridiculously opaque in the best way possible. You're not doing them justice, in my opinion, though. You know, I just, you're not maxing out their prettiness. Blue Grotto works really well as a topper. It is stunning, and I think it'll work over any undie. Hearts and Promises, I think you could probably get away with it, but I just think you're not doing that base color justice. Jen and Barry's Lanikai Sky is gorgeous over black. Live Shamed is really vampy, and it's like a really vampy midnight blue over black. The Lurids also topper really well too. I think they looked gorgeous over black, but you know, again, please note these are quite a bit tinted in their respective bases. Night Owl also worked really well over black too. Just make sure you're going even, as this one is Crelly in formula. The Pampered Polishes is too cream-like. I just think it's going to be at the BCB. And the Patty Lopez, My Embroidery, is very pretty over black too. Young Woman is stunning over black. I think this will be really pretty over mauve and those types of colors too. And all of the Penelope Luz, no surprise here. Her polishes always look really pretty over dark colors, and that's just because they're always so loaded up with pigments and pretties and all that fun stuff. Surfboard it's just gorgeous. It is so pretty in person. And Handmade Art, same thing. I know I'm repeating myself here, but these last few, they all passed the topper test so well. The Rogue is stunning over black. It's just one of those types of blue shimmer finishes. Hollow there, again, I would personally thin this out if you wanted to, say, use it as a topper or just dry brush it to get less density. The Sassy Sauce also looks really cool over black. It's like molten lava going on there. And Trufflin, I'm on the fence about this one. It does look really cool, but I don't like sparkly good stuff over black. And then the Zombie Claw, it's predominantly a shimmer bomb, so yes. BCB Lacquer is also offering us up a cuticle oil this month. I'm so in love with these behemoths. Obnoxious packaging sounds here. We have the scent It's All About the Lumps to go along with the polish. These are 6 milliliters. I know that is like my camera's making it bright. I think this is what it looks like. These are 6 milliliter cuticle oil pens. They are ridiculous in a very comical way. More obnoxious packaging sounds. Get that on there. And the way these look, it's one of those paintbrushy type of applicators here. My nails are so dry. I just got back from the vet with the cats. You can hear, just kind of click it. There it goes. And it violently comes out at you like that sometimes. I like to think that that's Brittany's way of being funny with me. Not the pen's fault at all. Not at all. It's definitely got to be Brittany's fault. It's got like a taffy scent to it. Like a candy type of taffy smell. What is this? Sweet mandarin, bergamot, grapefruit, white magnolia, coconut water, lily of the valley, tonka bean, amber, and sandalwood. I guess it's the mandarin. It's very pleasant. Like a complex type of sweet smell. If you like sweet gourmand type smells, this one's going to be up your alley. This is really good. It's got the vibes to it that of the scent that was released with her smut collection. So if you liked that, I think you'll like this one too. It's definitely a touch fruity, but it's sweet. It's very sweet, but not in a cloyingly candy type of way, if that makes sense. So anyways, this one gets my stamp of approval. I really like it a lot. So you can also grab this one through the Hella Handmade Creations website. The pre-order is going to start February 14th, and it's going to run until February 21st at 11:59 p.m. Hawaiian time. I will link you all below to Hella Handmade Creations site if you want to check that out. And I will also link you to the Facebook group if you want to get in there and see additional swatches, all that fun stuff. All the links in the description box below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.